Hello. Today we're gonna be making cupcakes. These are our ingredients. I didn't come up with this recipe. I did tweak it a little bit. And I guess I'll explain it as we go. Step 1, preheat the oven. Check. Alright, we're gonna add the milk and instant coffee granules. We're making coffee cupcakes today. I made these cupcakes about a year ago for an ex of mine for his birthday. He was gluten intolerant, so these are gluten-free cupcakes. And my roommates loved them. They thought they were incredibly excellent. I made like a little test batch for them to try before I gave them to my ex because I wanted them to be good. And yeah, my roommates loved them. Now I'm somebody who loves to bake. Where did my, oh, here's the lid. I kind of want to double this recipe so I can make 2 dozen rather than 1 dozen. I don't know if this bowl is gonna fit them all though because it's kind of a small bowl. Risk it for the biscuit. But yeah, so I made these for my ex for his birthday. He was gluten-free, so I made gluten-free cupcakes for him. My roommates really like them. Since I've been using the term ex, you kind of already know that I'm not seeing that guy anymore. But my roommates still love them, and my roommate's birthday is coming up, so I'm gonna make them for her. We are still gonna be using gluten-free flour rather than just like regular flour because the only flour I could find was just like all-purpose flour. And something about baking is your ingredients matter a lot. And the texture that you get from all-purpose flour versus like a cake flour are very different. I couldn't find any like cake flour, but because I know that the gluten-free flour gave me a good result last time, I'm just gonna use it again. Okay, 2 tablespoons coffee. And like I said, I am gonna tweak this recipe a little bit because last time it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to, even though everyone was like, oh, it's so good, don't change anything. It wasn't right, there was something off about it. And I do want to try in one day, not this time, try and add some alcohol to this recipe because I think it would be really good. But I'm taking these to work, so I don't necessarily want to do that this time around. Now, last time I did these, my friend who doesn't like coffee still enjoyed them. So like I'm not worried about overpowering the coffee here. I'm gonna throw a little bit more in than the recipe asks for just because it's like, I feel like it's not quite enough to actually get that coffee flavor in there. It's more like subtle coffee than actual coffee. Don't sneeze, don't sneeze, don't sneeze. Okay, it went away. Woo, it's just a lot of dust. Okay, there we go, milk and coffee. Let's throw all this shit away. Okay, I misread this, so I'm gonna take this off and pour it in a different bowl. I also want all the coffee to actually incorporate, so I'm gonna give that another mix later. So in this bowl, we're gonna add butter and sugar and mix till creamy. My mom made me take a class when I was growing up that was like, I guess home ec for homeschooled kids, where we like learned about a lot of what these like baking terms mean, which is why I was able to like actually get a job as a baker a little bit later on in my life. Where is, and I still absolutely love baking to this day. That's why I do it all the time for like my friends' birthdays and stuff. 1/2 cup of butter, this whole thing, yes, softened. So a good way to soften your butter, it's already kind of soft because we live in Texas and it's hot and humid here, but you can take this stick and those vents right where your oven is, you can set it like right in front of those vents and it'll soften it up as your oven's heating up. But it's already kind of soft because Texas weather. All right, 1/2 cup of butter and sugar. 1 cup of sugar. Beep. All right, sugar. Okay, we're gonna beat until creamy. Awesome. Okay, add eggs, vanilla, and the milk coffee stuff. Got it. I honestly don't remember what I was talking about. Throwing in our 2 eggs, or 4 eggs. I gotta keep remembering that I'm doubling this recipe because I'm gonna fuck myself up if I don't. I'm glad I said that just now because I totally forgot to double this part of it. Here we go again. So we're gonna add 4 eggs, not 2. I don't know how people make baking videos. Like, what the fuck are you supposed to say? I'm putting in eggs now. And I'm definitely not one of those people that can crack it with 1 hand. That's super fancy. Cannot do that. I did a good job of not getting any eggshells in there though. Eggs, vanilla, and milk. I've been baking for like so long. Like growing up, I used to bake so much. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There was that reality TV show. I don't for the life of me remember which like station it was on. Probably Food Network. It was called Cupcake Wars. And every year, my family and I would have like a mock A mock cupcake wars in like our own home with our family, because my parents had 6 kids, so there was a lot of us. So it would be like the 3 older siblings, and then my parents would obviously be the judges, and then one of our brothers would be the 4th contestant, and the other 2 brothers would flip-flop as guest judges. And it was like every year on New Year's Eve we would do this, and it was like a good tradition. But then we stopped doing it because I never lost. I won every single year, and it's just because like my sisters would buy just like cake mix, like boxed cake mix from the store, which is fine and it works, but it's like everyone's had a white cake before, like a boxed white cake before, and it's like that's fine if that's what you're gonna do, but add something to it. Anyways, it wasn't that serious, but we stopped doing it because my sisters got butthurt. I also used to watch the Great British Bake Off pretty regularly. Baking soda, flour, and I don't use salt in any of my recipes. I find it unnecessary. But yeah, I used to watch the Great British Bake Off like a lot, and I used to try and recreate the recipes. And let me tell you, some of that shit is so hard. Anything involving like choux pastry, absolutely not. I fucking hate it. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. They made a cake one time that's like 13 layers, and it's like you have to cook each layer a specific amount of time to make it look like it's like stripy almost. And I tried that one, and again, it's like difficult, but like I liked it. It was fun to do. Did I add in enough vanilla? Did I double the vanilla? I think I did, and I was at 3 or 4. I should probably start paying attention to what I'm doing and not talk so much. I'm gonna say it was 4. And now we need 1 1/3 cups of flour, so 2 2/3 cups of flour. I think this is gonna explode. Okay, let's see what happens. This is literally the lowest setting is what I've been using every single time, and it keeps getting really fast. So here we go. Some of the butter isn't fully incorporated because I didn't let it get soft enough, but that's fine. This is a test set for her actual party anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Also, I brought out the sieve specifically to sift the flour into it because that makes them lighter and fluffier, and I didn't do that because I forgot, even though it was sitting directly in front of me. Also, if you want to like be sure that your fucking thing isn't gonna explode all over the place, always add in your dry ingredients last because they stick better to the wet ingredients, less likely to explode, and add them slowly, which I didn't do. But you can measure out that stuff beforehand and just like slowly add it as it's mixing. It's less likely to explode into your face. But I didn't do that. So, okay, the next thing we're gonna do is actually put them in the oven. And I kind of want to do half of them normal and add sprinkles to the other half of them just to see what it would do. And then I can have my friend decide which one she likes better. Bitch, open up. Oh, where's my knife? Also, I don't know why Hey Jude is on this playlist. I don't like that song. So we're gonna do 1 round of cupcakes, just regular, and then the next round of cupcakes, I'm gonna put sprinkles inside the actual batter. I'm worried they might sink straight to the bottom, but this batter is kind of thick, so I guess we'll just see. My favorite thing for this is like a ladle or a soup spoon. I don't think we have any of those, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Oh, we do have a ladle. Ooh, this is really thick. Good. I don't think the sprinkles will sink to the bottom then. I fill them up about 3/4 of the way to give them time to like expand. I keep saying time, I mean space. Space to expand. Both with these like cupcake holders and also just in general. Because these cupcake holders specifically don't fill up the whole little tray thing. These do smell good. I remember one of my friends liked them so much. That's the thing about me. It's like, if it tastes good, I'm not like overly caring about what it looks like. I do want these to not be on the wrappers just because it's gonna be hard to eat the part that cooks to the wrapper and it's gonna get all burnt and gross because these wrappers are so tall. But honestly, like, I really don't mind cupcakes that look kind of ugly because they still taste good. The other thing I remember about this recipe, and the reason I wanted to double it, is because last time I tried to do just 12, just a dozen, and it like wasn't enough to like make a dozen cupcakes. It was like a weird amount that it made and it wasn't quite enough. So I wanted to see if I could make like a solid amount. I'll put that to the side. Now let's mix in some sprinkles. I've got little star sprinkles, and then I've got these just regular chocolate sprinkles. I hope they keep their shape. They might not, but it would be really cool if you bite into a cupcake and there's little stars in it. Ooh, shit. That was probably too much. I don't want to mix it up too much and risk them dissolving into the icing or the batter, so that's gonna have to be good. I'm loving the smell. I'm so glad I made these again. Kind of reminding me of vomit now because it's so chunky with all the sprinkles in there. I have seen some people use like an ice cream scooper, which I think would be a great idea. Also for like cookies to make sure they're all the exact same size. There's 2 left. Let me see if I can scoop enough out of the bottom to get them out. It does look like they might be sinking a little bit, so I'll just have to throw these in the oven pretty quickly. We didn't get the full 12 in this one. It could be because I overfilled some of the ones on that tray and this one became a disaster. But you know, it's whatever. Okay, I baked them for 18 to 20 minutes. Alright, let's do that. Alexa? I'm just kidding, I don't have an Alexa. I have to actually set a timer manually. Let's do a quick wash up, then we're gonna do the icing while we're waiting for those to cook. I feel like there's a very good chance half of my head was cut off in all that last footage. Well, that's alright. Also, I found this. This would have been a lot more helpful than a fork last time. We have it now, so that's all that matters. Time for icing. So last time I did this recipe, the icing was so runny. It was like way too runny. So we're gonna have to change some of the ingredients. Well, the ingredients are all gonna stay the same. I'm just gonna change some of the ratios. Also, I think if I do less milk, it'll probably enhance the coffee flavor a little bit more. Do I want that though? So if I'm doubling this recipe, it'll call for 4 tablespoons of milk. So I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of milk, and hopefully that'll help it not be so runny, because it was so fucking runny last time. Like, it was literally melting off the top of the cupcakes after they had taken a whole day to cool down. So let's try that to start out with. And see, it wants the same amount, no, 2 teaspoons of coffee grounds. Okay, last time I wanted 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna throw 2 tablespoons was basically 4 of these. I don't know if I put enough coffee into the cupcakes now that I think about it, because I don't think I doubled that part of the recipe. Fuck. No, okay, I definitely did double it then. Did I? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Fuck me. Okay. I'm wondering if I should go lighter on the coffee in this one then, because I don't want it to like be hella coffee if the cupcakes aren't that coffee. I have such a bad memory. Okay, that would be, I think that's what I'm gonna do, because this would match if I was doing only 1, like not doubling the recipe, if I was just doing it for 1 dozen cupcakes. So it's a little bit more milk to coffee ratio. Still smells like a lot like coffee though. And I really just, for the life of me, cannot remember how much coffee I added to the cupcake, because it was about 2 of these per tablespoon, and I think I put, no, I think it was 1.5 per tablespoon. I think I did add enough, because I think I put 5 of these in, and the recipe calls for 2, so doubling that, yeah, okay, I think I did it right. In that case, I just really don't want this to be too coffee-y. Oh, 1 more, and go from there. Okay, I think that's gonna work. If it's not, this is why this is a practice round. If it's not coffee enough flavor, then I can add more next time. But I really want to get the like consistency right, because last time it was just so gross and runny. It was all over the place. Half a cup of butter again? Yes. So, because we're doubling the recipe, double. Oh, my timer's up already? God damn. Yeah, they're definitely not done. So we're gonna add 4 minutes. Alrighty, here we go again. I think that looks a little bit more better than last time. Okay, vanilla, this, and then the powdered sugar. See if I can remember to sift it this time. How much vanilla? 1 teaspoon of vanilla, so 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I might do 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Again, just trying to get that liquidiness to a little bit less of a, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'll add more if I need more. So 4 cups total. Fuck me. Okay, let me mix this first. Okay. Oh, my timer's going off. Fuck. Okay, there's 1. Keep count for me because I'm not gonna remember. Yeah, I'll give him some more time. Okay, there's 2. We're halfway there. I still think it's a little bit too runny. It tastes good. It's not overly coffee. It tastes a lot like a latte, and I kind of love it. I must have like really overfilled them because they're still not ready. No, I really don't want to add more powdered sugar, but that's kind of the only way to thicken it up at this point. But I just don't think this is gonna sit very well on the cupcake. I really don't want to add cornstarch in it. It's a good thickening agent, but I can always taste it every single time. All right, I'll throw a little bit in because I don't think it's thick enough. But if I can taste it, I'm gonna be very sad. See, I barely added any, and I can tell there's cornstarch in it. I can hate that. All right, more sugar it is. Yeah, it's so drippy. I think next time I might straight up just half the amount of liquid they put in here, because it's so runny. There goes my timer again. Okay, this is gonna have to be the best it gets. So next time I do this, I'll put in the full amount of coffee rather than kind of go light on it. And then I'll also go way lighter on the milk probably, because that's just so runny. It's not gonna stay when I put it on the cupcakes. Because I can put it in the fridge now and it'll like harden up and get nice and good. But the minute I take it out of the fridge, it's so fucking hot in Texas. It's just gonna melt right off whichever cupcakes I put it on. But I guess I can do that. I can just throw it in the fridge, and then after the cupcakes are fully cooled down, we can ice them, and then they'll be ready for taste testing. Okay, it has been several hours. I was busy recording another video, so I got a little distracted. But that means that the icing has definitely cooled down all the way. The cupcakes are obviously all the way cooled down. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pipe them. Put some fucking icing on them. We're gonna take a cup. I feel like this is a trick most people know, but I'll show you anyway. Piping bag. I like to fold it up like this so that it doesn't leak, and then fold it around like this. And now you have a nice surface here to help like scrape your icing onto. Like this. Just like that. We're gonna fill this bitch up. I like to leave like a lot of room here because it's gonna make it way easier to refill it if you need to, and also just an easier place to hold on to. It smells really good. Okay, let's start with that, and I can always refill it if I need to. I'm not trying to overflow it because that'll make it so much harder to use. Okay, I'm gonna keep my ones that have the sprinkles inside them and the ones that don't a little bit separate so that we can taste test them and see which ones we like a little bit better. And now we're just gonna go ahead and ice all these guys. Okay. So they're done icing. This is what I was talking about. Like, they become really soupy. This icing just will not keep its shape. It's really annoying. I mean, luckily the sides of the fucking containers are so high that they stay in place, but it's still fucking annoying as shit. Okay, sprinkles. Okay, I'm gonna put these in the fridge because this icing is melting insanely fast. So I'm gonna put them in the fridge to keep it from melting anymore. And then hopefully when my roommates get home, they'll enjoy them. But yeah, that's kind of it. Just making cupcakes. It's not anything like too crazy. I gotta figure out a way to make this not so fucking runny. Like, it tastes good, but I just can't stand how like runny it gets. So I'll have to figure out something about that. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Happy birthday to my roommates. Both of them have their birthdays this month. I hope you all enjoyed this video and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.